Hello class. Today's lesson is going to be on types of sentences. But before we go into that, let me just remind you that a complete sentence must end with a period. Remember, we can never separate complete sentences with a comma. They must have a period. However, sometimes you can use a comma after a complete sentence only when you're joining two sentences together with a conjunction. So remember, it's okay to use a comma between two complete sentences when you're joining them together with the conjunction. Other than that, you always need a period after a complete sentence. Now, there's different kinds of complete sentences. In a previous lesson, we studied complete sentences, but they were all simple sentences. Now we're going to see other kinds of sentences, such as compound, complex, and complex compound. So let's go into that. So complete sentences might be simple sentences. They might be compound sentences, complex sentences, or complex compound sentences. And when you have a simple sentence, you only have one sentence. Okay? Peter is home. That's one sentence. Peter decided to go to sleep is one sentence. Or in other words, one complete thought. Peter likes to read the newspaper after dinner. One complete thought. Okay? When you have a compound sentence, you have two complete thoughts. Two complete thoughts is the same thing as two independent clauses. Okay? And usually when we put two independent clauses together, you have to join them. You can't just put two independent sentences together just like that with a comma. That would be wrong. If you're going to join two independent sentences, you need to join them with a conjunction. Okay? And let me give you some examples. Peter is home. That's one complete thought or one independent clause. And John is at school. John is at school is another complete thought and it's an independent sentence. Okay, an independent sentence means it doesn't depend on more information to make sense by itself. So two complete independent clauses are joined together by the conjunction and. When you're joining two sentences together by a conjunction, you may use a comma. Next. Peter decided to go to sleep. One complete thought. John decided to stay up late. One complete thought. They're both joined together by the conjunction but. Peter decided to go to sleep, but John decided to stay up late. Next. Next we have complex sentences. Complex sentences also are two clauses, but on compound, the two clauses are independent. On complex sentences, the clauses, one is going to be dependent and the other one is going to be independent. So one has the complex sentence has one dependent clause and one independent clause. Let's see some examples. After Peter eats dinner. Now, if we don't have the word after, if we only have Peter eats dinner, that will be an independent, complete thought. But because we have the word after, it makes the whole clause dependent on more information. After Peter eats dinner, what happened? What happened after Peter eats dinner? So we need more information. So this clause is dependent. He usually reads the newspaper. He usually reads the newspaper is independent. It doesn't need any other information to make sense by itself. So a complex sentence has a dependent clause and an independent clause. Now, when you have a complex sentence, the complex sentence may have the dependent clause first and the independent second, or the other way around. The independent first. Peter usually reads the newspaper. That's independent. After he eats dinner is the other clause, but it's dependent. So you can swap the sentences. If the conjunction is first, you need to put a comma between the two clauses. If the conjunction is between the two clauses, no comma is needed. All right, next. Next we have complex compound sentences. And basically what this is a combination of compound and complex. So you're going to have a coordinating conjunction and a subordinating conjunction. And on a complex compound, instead of having two, you're going to have three clauses. So a complex compound sentence has three clauses and is going to have also a subordinating and a coordinating conjunction. Coordinating, subordinating. So it's going to have one of each. Let's see some examples. After Peter eats dinner, he usually reads the newspaper. But today he watched TV instead. So this is an example of a complex compound. It has three clauses, it has a coordinating conjunction, and it has a subordinating conjunction. Okay? And remember, if the subordinating conjunction is on the first clause, you use a comma. If you have a fanboy, you also use a comma. Now, this sentence we can rearrange in a different order. Let me show you. Today, Peter watched TV. After he ate dinner. So today, Peter watched TV after he ate dinner. That's what happened. But usually, he reads the newspaper. So today, he did something different. And then it says the same thing, but now we have the subordinating conjunction between the clauses. And so when we have that, there's no comma. But of course, when you have a fanboy conjunction, you always need a comma before it. Okay? So conjunction before, comma. Conjunction between the two clauses, no comma. Fanboy or fanboy voice conjunction, always a comma before it. And that is it. That is the whole lesson. What you're going to do now is you're going to go to my Google Classroom and you're going to take two quizzes. The first quiz is on types of sentences. So basically you need to know what a simple sentence is, a compound or a complex compound. I'm going to give you a sample of sentences and you're going to tell me what kind it is. Okay? Then when you're done with that, you're going to take another quiz called which sentence is punctuated correctly. I'm going to give you these kinds of sentences. I'm not going to ask you if they're complex, compound, or simple. On the second quiz, I'm going to ask you, do they have the comma in the right place? And you have to tell me, yes, the sentence is punctuated correctly. No, it is not punctuated correctly. So you need to know where the commas go and when. All right? So that is the lesson of today. If you want to listen to this video again, you're welcome to do it. This is a lot of information. You may use a reference sheet that I gave you with all the conjunctions and the rules on how to punctuate the sentences. You have it in your desk, so make sure you use it when you're taking this test to help you. Okay, if you don't have that sheet, it's going to be difficult because this is a lot of information. Go ahead and good luck. Good luck.